What's up, guys? I'm Critic.
And I am Casual.
And welcome to our new show, Critic and Casual.
Yes, where we'll be watching newer and older movies and letting you guys know our opinions. He's Critic, so just go ahead and go.
I've watched a ton of movies. I love the art of film. I've always considered going into that industry a little bit. I never have, but I am an artist. That's my main focus. So I look for the deeper message. What was the intent of why this movie was made? Does it deserve my time? I've made some short films and I'm learning on that, the actual technical side of things, and I edit a lot. So I look out for quality things. I need my movies to be worth watching.
And I am Casual. I'm just a motherfucker that just likes to watch movies. I haven't watched a lot of movies, I'm not gonna lie. My favorite type of movies is Fast and Furious, because it's fun. I watch movies for the fun of it. I look for four main things in a casual viewing of a movie for it to be in my top 10. It has to have comedy, it has to have action, it has to have drama, and it has to have romance. And if you got all four of that shit for me, it can be the worst movie of all time, but I'm gonna fuck with it. So
I think you still look for quality though.
Yeah, I'm still looking for quality. If a movie's bad,
you know
I'm gonna tell you
know the difference between a good and a bad movie.
Yeah, but I don't like to look at the deeper, man. I'm just let's go and watch this movie. Yep. Puss in Boots is great.
Yes, sir.
Great fucking movie.
Great, really good movie.
I admit, it's better than Avatar.
It is
better than Avatar. Today is called Knock on the Cabin. Knock at the Cabin is about a gay couple taking their child on a vacation to a cabin in the woods. Ain't no shout out to Cabin in the Woods. Where their young child meets a mysterious man played by Dave Bautista. He approaches her and starts a conversation about her and her parents. He brings along with him 3 strangers to the cabin to make the couple and the child make a very hard, life-changing decision.
They're breaking in! I got you, baby.
So we're finna do a quick non-spoiler review where I'm gonna be honest, the movie is okay.
It's alright. It's a 6 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it's not the best. I'll go like a 6.2 maybe. It's really lacking in a lot of areas. And I think it could be better for a casual point of view. It can be confusing at times. They don't do a good job of explaining a lot of stuff. They kind of just throw it at you all at once, especially during this one scene that we'll get into. But yeah, I think it was okay. Dave Bautista was definitely the best part of the movie.
Yeah, generally I think it's a decent watch, but it's got some good ideas, somewhat, and then just generally not the best execution of those ideas, and a lot of frustrating scenes, and some of them may purposely be frustrating, but it doesn't make you engage with the movie anymore. Characters should be fleshed out a bit more, but overall, a fine story.
It's a good one-time watch.
Yeah.
You can go to movie theaters for it, but we did.
I don't know if I would have.
I would recommend you just wait for streaming or a Redbox.
I don't think it's a bad streaming movie.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But a movie theater, I can't justify going out of your way to go to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's okay. And 6.2 for my.
I like to just go clean, so I'm a 6 out of 10. Lots of improvements to be made.
I like to get in depth for casual.
Some very frustrating decisions for more spoiler stuff, but even camera angles to me were just annoying. A character would be only in the corner of a frame, and then the rest of the frame would just be pointless, nothing's going on. And that's probably intentional too, but I just couldn't understand why. It was just distracting to me. So
yeah, there were some good points in it. I kind of like the music of it. The music was pretty good, especially when there's this one part where it was very intense. The couple was keeping their child safe and everything while people were trying to come in, and you could just feel the intensity happening.
Yeah, there are some moments where you do feel the intensity, but generally you don't also care about the characters that much.
Yeah.
So.
The only ones I really cared about was the child. She was great, actually. Phenomenal.
Yeah, good child actress.
Yes, and then, of course, Dave Bautista. But everyone else kind of lacked everything, and there's a lot of pointlessness to it, but that's when we get into the spoiler review.
And generally, like, I try and look at things from the critic side of things, like, for my own personal taste, I just like things to be different and not, like, bland and stuff that I've seen 1,000 times before. I do appreciate that this movie had a gay couple instead of just... That made it stand out a little bit, and it made the story deeper, I think, because of, their added stress for living their entire life as a gay couple, and then they just see the world as having it out for them because of that fact. So, yeah, I think that's about it for non-spoilers.
Now we're finna get into the spoiler review.
And we got some annoyances in this movie.
Oh yeah, it gets bad.
Yeah.
Like I said, the main characters, there's a lot of pointless flashbacks that I feel, to me personally, adds nothing. When
the dad that had gotten a concussion, he has a lot of flashbacks that are just, they take you out of the movie, especially the first one I had a lot of issues with. Yeah, the first one, it's their parents of the gay couple, and I think the mom had one line, and then that was it for her. They told her she'd get a quick check real quick and get the fuck out. I guess so. The only purpose of that scene is just all the flashbacks are about their trouble being a gay couple, which I guess the parents probably don't approve. But like, it barely gets that point across.
To me personally, I don't think it's needed.
Yeah.
I think
I
would rather them. I don't know, me personally, just treat them like a regular couple, because that's all I see them as, is a regular couple. I know that, they're gay, and of course that comes with hardships and everything, but I just looked at them like a regular couple. A lot of them was kind of like force-fed to me, personally, but,
I think the movie could have done a better job of tying it back to what they're trying to get at by focusing on it being a gay couple, but it just doesn't really relate at the end of the day. No. It's just... it adds some motivation as to why the characters act the way they do, but also they didn't go far enough. The gay couple didn't even kiss on screen. Ever.
Nah, nigga, M. Night Shyamalan was like, nah, we don't want that. I personally don't want that in my movie. No kissing. Which
I'll be woke, but
if you want us to believe these things are an actual couple, they don't have to lock lips one time.
Well, and I didn't even notice until there's a scene where the two guys get really close to each other
and didn't do shit,
and they don't kiss.
They don't.
In a scene where they definitely should.
This is a spoiler. The other guy dies.
Yeah.
And they didn't kiss.
They didn't kiss before.
What the fuck?
I guess they did off screen.
You don't even hear a lip line. You don't hear. No, this shit, gunshot, dunzo. Dog, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I don't know, the flashbacks did nothing for me. If you wanna, get me to care about these characters, you could have gone without the flashbacks. To me, them two, whenever there's a scene where he turns the two to face each other, and then they just kind of get away from that.
They don't even talk.
Yeah, if they had a good, deep talk, even go through their background, then I think that would have been better.
There are some other issues too, but generally, if they didn't do the flashbacks and they just focused on the characters in the moment, and even built relationships a little bit between the bad guys and the guys that are the victims, you can still have moments where they treat each other like human beings.
Yes. But
they just don't do that. And at the end of the movie, they're saying, no, they were trying to get us to care about them. No one cared about them.
No. It's bad. Don't get attached to any of the bad guys. Yeah. No. You're not missing anything. There's one guy that was in it. Ron Weasley was in the fucking movie for about approximately 15 minutes, maybe. And then he's done for.
And then his side plot line was also
not needed.
Yeah.
There's literally, they even showed at the end him seeing his a membership or where he works at.
Yeah.
What? Why? Why do we need to see that?
Yeah, one of the 4 guys that Dave Bautista brings, 3 other people, he dies first, kills himself for this ritual thing, and then later, not even before he dies, one of the main guys is oh, that guy scarred me permanently.
It was it came came back at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I knew him.
I knew him.
You could have said that first. That would have been interesting if they would have went into it more. But
and he said like, oh, I thought that he looked familiar, but you didn't say that.
yeah, literally. If they would have went into it, you know, they could have done that instead of the flashbacks. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I have a personal vendetta against some flashbacks, but to me, it's slowed down the movie.
I think it's a central point that should have been fixed.
Yeah.
It's just lazy, like flashbacks.
They put it in the worst areas, like in the worst moments of the movie.
Yeah.
They get done talking, flashback.
Yeah, the first one threw me off so much.
Literally, I didn't know this was a flashback movie. What the fuck?
Well, I don't know. It was like, at first when that flashback happened, I thought, oh, I guess they're flashing forward and they kidnapped the kid. I thought that's what happened, but no. Because they just don't. I guess it's supposed to be disorienting because he has a concussion, but I will say, there was a few, the scenes of him stressing out from the concussion and the lights were good, I think.
Yeah.
The tense moments, I think, were pretty tense.
I will say this, but it's kind of maybe like a nitpick or something, but as a casual viewer of like movies and stuff, I'm okay with like some emotion, but when I tell you that every character in this movie was crying, every single one, even the bad guys were crying, which, like, I get it, they're humans, they're strangers, this is the first time ever doing some shit like this, but when I tell you every in that room was crying, every person, and I bleep that out. Let me restart. Every person in that room was crying. It just felt like suffocating for some reason. It was like, there's too much, it was like so much going on, I wanted to see a cool head at that point, but no, there's no cool heads.
I mean, honestly, the kid kind of was.
Yeah, the kid kind of. She was the most stoic one. Yeah. She had the balls, dog. Like, you killing my daddy? She was great. I liked her.
Yeah,
that was a good point of the movie. Was her? They casted great for her.
I think that I did feel like some attachment to her.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I also so the crux of the movie is that one of the dads or the kid is gonna die. I never for a second thought it was gonna be the kid.
Yeah, no, you never felt the kid.
Yeah.
It could have been interesting, but if they wanted to pull more emotion, they could have done that with the kid.
Yeah.
But I don't think the couple wasn't going. Another main gripe. I know we talked about a lot of gripes, but like it's an okay movie. It's not the worst movie we've seen, but we just want to get all the bad stuff out the way.
Yeah.
One of the main characters' name is I think Andrew.
Andrew and Eric are the dads.
Andrew and Eric are the couple that's together. Andrew is the most insufferable motherfucker I think I've seen in one of these movies.
I mean, they even said it when one of the flashbacks because they were talking about the bad things about each other, and the other one said, "You have an anger issue."
Dog, he was not believing. After they turn on the TV and show them all after their deaths.
Proof of what the main bad guys are talking about.
So yeah, let's go into that real quick. So the main bad guys are there. We didn't even talk about it. The main bad guys.
We should actually do an extra summary after the spoilers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially for this movie.
Yeah, because there's a lot going on. Like I said, the casuals will get confused. It gets confusing until they like hand fist it and tell you exactly what's going on. They don't even like leave anything for you to figure it out by yourself. They kind of just throw it in your face and like, this is what's happening. This is what's it.
So the main issue is that 4 guys are there and they claim to have gotten visions and they're predestined to come to this cabin. There's supposed to be 3 people there. It just so happens to be that gay couple and the kid. And then one of the 3 has to die for a sacrifice, but they have to kill, one of the 3 has to kill one of the 3.
And if they don't, the apocalypse will happen.
Yes.
All of them will die. And they have to do it at a certain time. So these characters are continuously asking them, are you ready to like sacrifice somebody yet? And you know, they say no because of course they don't believe them. So they kill off the first guy and then shit starts to happen like a tsunami, and then they continue to do it, which after I'm gonna put in my own thing. After the second death, I'm like, okay, y'all got it. This is happening.
Man. I think it'd be tough. Okay, well, because by the third one, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the first one is tsunamis, which actually, I did like that tsunami scene.
Oh yeah,
it was nice. Pretty good. It was tense. And then the second one was
a plague.
A virus plague. And then the third one is just all the planes are falling from the sky.
Yeah, after the plane one, there's no more questioning.
Yeah.
It's like they said 700 planes.
700 planes.
700 planes, and you still over here fucking like, nah, bro, fuck you.
So, and then the ending's big spoiler of how everything turns out is that Eric kills Andrew.
No, Andrew kills Eric.
Andrew kills Eric. And then everything's supposed to go back to normal, but I hated it because
they don't like, it doesn't show you that everything goes back to normal.
The dad goes to comfort the kid, and I thought, oh, he killed him. Everything should be good now. But no, it's still downpouring. They're still fucking sad and depressed, and it's pouring rain, and then the fucking cabin goes on fire. Like, everything's still fucked up. They
were saying during the whole time of the sacrifices that God is going to scorch earth. So everything's going to be on fire. So whenever the lightning hits the trees and everything's going on fire, you think, oh shit, well, I thought Eric killed himself.
Yeah, because you don't see any of the deaths in this movie too,
no.
Which is really annoying.
It's supposed to be rated R.
Yeah, it's rated R,
not really.
But it feels like it's PG-13. The entire movie, I thought the movie could be better if it was rated R, but it is, and they just didn't go there. Like, so many scenes for me were ruined with the tension because it'd be so tense, like this person's about to die or kill themselves or something, and then everything builds up, and then you don't see it. You cut to an outside footage of the cabin, like, and you hear it happen.
Yes,
but
and you see the cabin fucking go down.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And then they drive off, and then they go into a store where they see people. They don't even act shocked that they see people. I feel like they should have acted like a little bit more like surprised kind of.
I don't know about that, because I think, there's still plenty of people alive.
Yeah,
it's not like a lot of people definitely already died though. They didn't save a lot of people, but
yeah, true.
They saved the world technically. But
the ending scene, they kept playing this one song. I think it was just for runtime, to be honest.
Yeah. I think they stretched out this movie.
The dad turned on the song, heard it was like their favorite song. It was a couple's favorite song. Turns it off. Daughter turns it back on. They listen for a little bit. Daughter turns it off. The dad turns it back on, and then they drive off. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? This movie.
I understand what they're going for, but God.
This movie tries to make you feel a lot of stuff, but it doesn't give you it.
Yeah.
You know?
And but then they drop like a bomb on you and say, no, those 4 people were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and they lost me there.
Yeah, that was the hand-fisted thing we were talking about. They give you no hints.
No. It's like if it was there, they should have done it better, and then not just plainly say it in the movie. It should be like a subtle thing if that's what you're going for. But no, he's just like, no, they were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They were a healer, a guider, something.
Guidance, malice, and like nursery or something like that.
I don't know.
And they treat you like a child. They just kind of like throw it at your face and like, here's what it is. Instead of like leaving little crumbs to let you figure it out on your own.
Here's this thing that I'm deciding is in the movie now. It wasn't here before.
Yeah.
It just adds more stuff.
It felt like an add-on. It felt like he had it and he was like thinking about it. He's like, oh shit, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Put that in the movie real quick.
But it's too late to like go back and make that actually happen.
The movie is interesting. I like the idea. If the idea was done well, this could have been a great movie, to be honest.
Yeah, I think there's a lot there. I don't know how long it was, honestly, but I think it could have been shorter.
I think it was like maybe like an hour 40, maybe an hour. It wasn't. It's not too long of a movie, so you won't be like.
I think the story just didn't make up for how long the movie was. It's not long, but the story isn't really there.
The story's not there. Pacing's all over the place. I will say, to me personally, I was never really bored in the movie.
Yeah,
I never got
it's not
bored.
a boring movie. I did get I was annoyed at times, but I wasn't bored. Which
in some scenes,
those are the worst movies to me, are boring movies. So that's why this isn't like a 4 out of 10. It's a 6 out of 10 because it is entertaining.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
And
you'll feel the intensity in some of the scenes.
Yeah.
But overall, it's an okay movie. It's a great idea that was just executed poorly, which is kind of like, I don't want to shit on M. Night Shyamalan, but that's kind of his theme at this point.
Yeah.
We said this in the car. If M. Night comes up with the ideas, give it to somebody else and then let them do it.
Yeah, I said him and Jordan Peele should bang out some ideas, and then Peele can direct it, and Shyamalan can be an advisor. He has some cool ideas, I think. But
Yes.
and I think he has not even like the coolest ideas, but attention grabbers. I
Yes.
think he has, which is important. It just has to have some depth to it too.
So, some of the pros, to wrap this all up, some of the pros and the cons. The pros, Dave Bautista, little girl, you're not really bored, there's some excitement, and it gets intense, and I like the soundtrack. But of course there's going to be more cons.
Yeah,
Cons.
I'll list my pros too.
Yeah.
Generally the same thing. I appreciate it's a unique standpoint from a gay couple's perspective, and I think it did. I think you need more movies like this where it's just. They do kind of harp on them being gay, but it's not the main draw of the movie. It's just they happen to be. And it's not part of the reason why everything's happening to them either.
And also, you can understand where Andrew's coming from.
Yeah.
Because he was attacked for being, gay. So you can
It's
kind of
just
see it.
stupid how it's tied into the movie.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
And then cons, annoying direction at times, kind of stiff acting from a few.
Dialogue's not the greatest.
Yeah. And just stretched out story.
Stressed out story, weird flashbacks.
Pointless flashbacks.
Pointless, yeah. And it seems like padding to run out times, and just late entries of stuff that could have been done earlier to make the story better, but it's like they kind of failed to see it at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah. So again, 6.2, okay movie, not the greatest.
Yeah, 6 out of 10, fine, watchable, not egregious,
Yeah. So,
entertaining.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's our first review.
It's a first review.
Don't go see the movie. Don't go see it in the theaters.
Now, turn
Just
it on.
wait for it.
Turn it on when you got nothing else to watch. It's just whenever it gets out of the Netflix,
Yeah, then watch it.
Yeah.
Or HBO Max, then watch it. Don't save the movies for the good ones. This is an okay movie.
Yeah.
And that's thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
We're gonna be back. We're gonna try and do the greatest 100 top movies, and we're gonna be going through that. But we're also still gonna be doing newer movies that come out. And I hope you stay and watch. And thank you for watching.
Yep. I've been the Critic.
And I'm Casual. Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.